All of the people that we talk about, LeBron fans are the only ones that even message me and contact me on Instagram. One recently sent me a death threat, talking about you can't come to LA. LeBron fans. Drop the roof and let the smoke. All of the people that we talk about, LeBron fans are the only ones that even message me and contact me on Instagram. One recently sent me a death threat, talking about you can't come to LA. LeBron fans. All of the people that we talk about, LeBron fans are the only ones that even message me and contact me on Instagram. One recently sent me a death threat, talking about you can't come to LA. LeBron fans. Please don't tell me that was you saying the 96 Sonics. This is what you got to realize. It's very easy to outdebate locker room. It's not very challenging whatsoever. The fact that you let locker room outwit you and outdebate you, it says a lot. We're not talking about a very high-level basketball mind, 96 and you got outwitted by the locker room. Is anybody going to Please don't tell me that was you saying the 96 Sonics. This is what you got to realize. It's very easy to outdebate locker room. It's not very challenging whatsoever. The fact that you let locker room outwit you and outdebate you, it says a lot. We're not talking about a very high-level basketball mind, and you got outwitted by the locker room.
They should be embarrassed. It's a joke. Lakers fans, they should be embarrassed about that. They say they are like one of the greatest franchises of the NBA. They should be embarrassed. You think Boston Celtics, Denver, the Thunder, the Bucks, gonna let someone like Austin run the offense?
I gonna tell you where the beef started with me and Reggie, right? Reggie fucked one of my niggas' bitches, right? The locker room went to fuck one of my niggas' bitches, right? He fucking disrespected the bitch. Came from the game, now she chased paper.
You making video after video about me, bro? You're a fucking fatty. Oh, ass nigga.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are we are back, man. Oh my God, we are back, folks. I done forgot how to work these buttons. I done forgot how to do this stuff, man. This is funny, man. This is hilarious, bro. Oh man, we are back, folks. We are back. You know, we got a lot to discuss, man. We got a lot to discuss. You know, a lot's happened, you know, since the last time we spoke, man. And yeah, man, it's gonna be a real show tonight. You know, it's just been a lot, man. It's been a lot that's been happening. And yeah, I gotta tell you guys what happened, man. I gotta tell you guys what happened. You know, we don't get to LeBron and the Lakers here in a second. You know, we got to get to some of these other topics, though. But shout out to everybody that's tuned in. You know, shout out to all my people, man, in the chat. We gotta just jump straight into it, though. I'm not really trying to waste nobody's time tonight. We gotta just get straight into it, okay? So, unfortunately, and this actually hurts me to do this because, you know, MJ, you actually did grow on me. I'm not gonna lie to you. You did grow on me. You know, we had a little bit of a dust up a while ago. And then, you know, we ended up getting back cool and you became a solid contributor to the show. Like, I got to give you that. You know what I'm saying? But the last time, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you guys know, the last show we did, right? MJ calls in. I think we were talking about Shador. And the craziest thing is I ended up like getting in trouble for that show. And I wasn't even going to do the show. I ended up just doing it anyway. And then like, it actually was a funny show. I'm not going to lie. Like I had a good time doing the show, but once the show was over, okay, once the show was over, I get a notification from YouTube. Okay. I get a notification from YouTube and YouTube actually took down the live stream, which is the first time that they've done that. Now, you guys know, man, we get nasty, right? Like, I've cussed you niggas out. You know, you niggas have cussed me out. You know, I've called you niggas the F word. We've dropped F-bomb. Like, we've done a lot of things here. I've never had a show taken down. I've had plenty of shows get yellow marked, but I never had a show get taken down by YouTube. Not only did they take the show down, ladies and gentlemen, they issued me a warning.
They should be embarrassed.
They issued me a warning. Okay? Not a strike. I don't have any strikes on the channel, nothing like that. We're still good. But I did get a warning. So I click on the warning just to see, like, okay, where did I mess up? Where did I go wrong? What did I say? Folks, they showed the clip, right? Where they flagged the video and took the video down. So I click on the timestamp. Guess who was on the call running his shitter, folks? Guess who was on the call running his shitter? That was MJ. It wasn't me. It wasn't somebody else that was on the call. It was MJ. So really think about this for a second, folks. MJ, not Reggie. Remember, this is Reggie's channel. This is Reggie's platform, right? MJ got Reggie a warning on Reggie's platform. That's completely unacceptable, MJ. That's unacceptable. Like I said, if I would have gotten a warning or a strike, I would have dealt with whatever happened because it's my channel, right? But when I have other people calling into the show and they're getting me warnings, thank God I kept this channel clean and it wasn't a strike. But when I let other people onto my platform and they're getting me warnings, you gotta go. You gotta go. So once again, MJ, this is nothing personal to you. I still like you, but you are no longer allowed on the Locker Room Gang. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever it is you said, I don't even remember what you said. You got to talking about, you know, Esau and all these. I don't know what he was talking about. I forgot. It was a while ago. It was like 2 months ago, the last show we did. But once that happened, folks, I was just like, you know what? It's like the middle of August. There ain't really nothing to talk about anyway. You know, I'm done doing these live shows. And that's why I took a break. You know, the MJ situation, that kind of just like put a sour taste in my mouth, pause. And I'm just like, okay, I'm good on these live shows at this point. Because, you know, this is like how I'm gonna get rich. Right? So it's like if I'm doing live shows, I'm allowing you to come on the platform, you can't be messing me up, dog. Like, you just can't do that. You just can't do that. I haven't even, like, I can see if I was, like, rich already, then I might not necessarily have cared that much, but you're not about to mess me up, MJ, right before I get the bag. I can't allow you to do that to me, you know? So, respectfully, MJ, like I said, it's nothing personal. You're a good guy. If I see you on somebody else's platform, which I don't go to other niggas' platforms hardly anymore anyway, so we probably ain't gonna see each other again, MJ. Because, like I said, you are banned, nigga. Respectfully. You're banned from the locker. You gotta get the fuck off the show. You gotta get the fuck off the show. Yo, where's this soundbite at? Where's this shit at, bro? Where's my soundbite? Okay, here we go. I got a question for you, because you talk about 6-0. You talk about 6-0 all day and night. What team? Hold on. What team did Jordan face that was better than those Golden State Warriors with Kevin Durant?
Hold on.
Answer the question. Because people are getting listeners now. Answer the question. We gotta go ahead and wrap this up, man.
Listen, I'm going to explain to you. That's a false equivalency. You know why?
You see what they do, chat? You see what they do, chat? Now it's a false equivalency. Answer the question.
Why are you... Hold on. That's a false equivalency because we have to judge them on what they did to their competition in their era. You cannot You cannot compare the team that Jordan faced, and this is the problem that bronze sexuals get. They want to compare their finals opponents.
Shut your
with
bitch
each
ass
other.
up.
Like I said, I'm gonna ask it again.
No.
What?
You
No.
can't. Stop comparing the errors. Stop that. That's a false equivalency. You can't
See,
do that.
you see what they do, chat. Now, when he was rattling off all of Jordan's accomplishments and all of his MVPs and all of his Finals MVPs, I let him eat. I let him eat. But when I ask him a question, you know what he does? He deflects and says, "No, don't ask me that." This is what they do.
But
This
I'm
is
not
what they
deflecting
do.
because you're not
Answer
making
the
any
question.
sense.
Answer
You
the
want to
question.
compare. You want to
Answer the
compare.
question. What team did Jordan face in the finals, Mr. 6-0, that was better than the Warriors with Kevin Durant? It's a simple question. What team was it? Was it the Bulls?
That's
Was
a
it the
bad
Jazz?
question.
Was it the Suns? Who was it? Was it the
That's
Lakers?
the bad. That was a bad question. You cannot answer that
You see
question
what he's
because you
doing?
want me.
Now it's a bad question. Bro,
Because it
bro,
doesn't
go to
make
bed.
sense.
Go to bed, bro. Go to
It
bed.
doesn't make sense.
Go to bed. Go to bed.
It doesn't
Okay,
make
that's
sense.
great. Go to bed.
Now it's go to bed. I've been cooking your ass your whole
Go to
show.
bed.
Now it's go to bed.
No, because you're not even. Nigga, I even going to talk about you cooking. You're not even answering my fucking question.
So hold on.
What you
Hold
cooking?
on.
What are you
So
cooking?
hold on. LeBron didn't have competition.
No. Stop deflecting and answer the question or go to bed. Who did
No,
Jordan play
your
that was
question
better
is-
than the
your
KD
question is
and
basic.
Golden
I'm not-
State Warriors?
You're not gonna bait me on a question that's baseless, bro. I've been doing this for too long. It
So
doesn't make
you're
sense.
not going to answer the question, are you?
Your question makes no sense.
Are you going
Start
to answer the
making
question,
sense.
yes
Can
or
I
no?
answer it?
Yes or it's a yes or no question.
What is you talking about? Then you're not making
Are
any
you
sense.
going to answer the question, yes or no?
Nigga's so good, but keep complaining about the Golden State Warriors.
Are you going to answer the question, yes or no?
Your question doesn't make sense.
Yes or no?
To answer, ask me a question that makes sense. I have no
did.
problem answering it.
This makes perfect sense to a nigga that's got
It
half a brain.
doesn't.
But clearly,
It
like I said,
doesn't.
you're struggling to answer this question. Who
It
did
doesn't.
Jordan play that was better than the... Okay, fuck it. Fuck the Warriors. Who did Jordan play that was better than the San Antonio Spurs with 4 Hall of Famers on the damn roster? Who did he play?
The 96 Sonic.
The fuck off the show.
I gave it all so fancy.
This goofball nigga said the 96 Sonics. Man, get off the show, dog.
I gave
Please
it
don't
all
tell me
so
that was you
fancy.
saying the 96 signs.
96
This is what you got to
Sonic.
realize. It's very easy to outdebate locker.
If I go to
It's not very
that
challenging
will
whatsoever.
change.
The
I
fact
just
that
pray
you
they
let
don't forget my
locker room
name.
outwit you and outdebate you, it says a lot. We're not talking about a very high level basketball mind, and you got outwitted by the locker room.
So yeah, man. Like I said, bro, shout out to MJ. Once again, family, it's nothing personal. I don't think you meant to do what you did. I really don't. I don't think you meant to get me a warning on my channel. I don't think you meant to do that. But you did. So, unfortunately, man, I got to make an executive decision, man. I mean, it just is what it is. It's tough. You put me in a tough spot, MJ, right? You're the second nigga I've had to, formally kick off the platform. And we all know who the first one was, right? And we're not going to get into, we're not going to mention that nigga, right? So, like I said, MJ, you're now in that category with that other nigga. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is, man. So yeah, like I said, bro, I wish you the best and all that, man. But you got to get off the show. You can't be over here anymore. So yeah, shout out to MJ though, man. Okay, we got LeGoat, man. Shout out to LeGoat for the $2 super chat. He said LeBron fans.
LeBron fans.
What's going on, LeGoat? Shout out to XNO. You came through with the $10 super chat. Appreciate you, man. You said, hope you've been taking care of your mental health. All love to everyone except Cravo. Yo, Cravo is like, where is Cravo at, actually? Because that dude he's like, I always knew he was lame, but I saw some clips of Cravo, and it's just like, wow, man, that dude is like, he's legitimately corny. Like, legitimately a cornball. It's just crazy. I don't want to expose him just yet. I want to kind of save it for when he kind of plays with me. And I'm going to expose him for being a goofy. But yeah, Cravo, if you're listening, please pop out, because you've been on the internet just just doing a lot of weird stuff. You know. So yeah, go ahead and pop. He said he's on the monkey. Yo, shout out to BMW. Shout out to Treasure in the chat. Shout out to the ladies. Y'all know I love the ladies, man. Shout out to the ladies in the chat. But yeah, shout out to Hot and Moving, man. He said welcome back. Listen, I want to say this too. I told y'all we got a lot to get into tonight. I want to say this too. You know, I never wanted to like be that guy that was like, begging or asking for super chats, right? I never wanted to be that guy. Unfortunately, though, right, we are at a point now, ladies and gentlemen, we got almost 200 in here. We are at a point now where I have to be that guy now, right? And I've prided myself on not being that guy up until this point, up until tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I've never asked for a super chat. I've never done it, right? People have just supported the channel. They've supported the show, and I appreciate that. Like, for real, I really do. I checked the numbers a while ago, and I'm like, I didn't even know we was like one of the top super chatted channels like in this little sector of like NBA media. Like, y'all really support this show with these super chats, and like I said, that's love. Like, I appreciate that. But we're at a point now, ladies and gentlemen, where these shows cannot continue with minimal super chats. I just had a meeting last week, and basically, how can I phrase this? Basically, me doing Laker shows, and this is a Laker show. We're gonna do a Laker show tonight, and we're gonna talk about the Lakers and LeBron and blah blah blah. But over the last couple years, we've been doing these Laker shows, and I've said this on other platforms, but I'm gonna say it here, right? I don't know if I've ever said this on this particular platform. I'm gonna say it now. Live streaming does nothing for your growth on YouTube, right? YouTube is not Twitch. YouTube does not prioritize live videos. They don't. I've known this for a while now. I've known this for like 3 years now. I noticed this back in like 2022, and I kind of stopped for a little bit in 2022, and I ended up putting out this video about Deion Sanders. This is when he had left Jackson State and went to Colorado. So I put out a video talking about it, and that was my first viral video. I think that video might have done like 500,000 views or something like that. So I've been known it, but like, we just do this show, and it's like, if I stop doing it, which is what's been going on the last 2 months that we haven't been posting, right? Niggas have constantly been hitting me up. Like, literally, like, in the middle of the night, sending me messages, sending me DMs, in the middle of the day asking me, am I coming back to do these Lakers shows? We need you out here, blah, 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 blah. I'm good off these shows, honestly. Like, I'm kind of good off of it. I don't mind doing it if y'all want it. I don't mind doing it. Like, we can cover Lakers this year. It's no problem. As long as my goat is here, like, I'll be somewhat intrigued. Am I intrigued as I was 3 years ago when we first started doing these shows? No, the interest is not there for me anymore. And that's the reality. Like, I don't care anymore, man. Like how I used to. When it was LeBron and it was AD a few years ago, yeah, bro, like, I was tapped in, I was keeping up with it. I haven't watched no preseason games because my GOAT is not playing, right? They traded AD for Fluka. I don't care about Fluka. Fluka does nothing for me personally. I've been on record saying this for a while. I don't really like his game. I don't really think he's that good. You know, I think he's extremely overrated. And I'm just not a fan of his. And this is even when he was in Dallas. Like, he's just not a player that I wake up and I'm just like, man, I want to see him hoop. Like, I don't get that feeling from these NBA players these days, bro. You know, the NBA is just in a bad space to me. This is not the NBA I grew up on. You know, I came up, my favorite player was T-Mac. And then it became LeBron, and it's been LeBron ever since. This was like 2006, 7 when I was like, yeah, LeBron's my favorite. So LeBron's been my favorite player for the last 20 years. It's like, how can you go from that to now watching Fluka, who can't even jump over a piece of paper? How can you enjoy this? It's not even enjoyable for me personally anymore. This Lakers thing, you know, it's not exciting anymore. And you guys know it. You guys can feel it, right? It ain't just me. A lot of y'all understand this. This team is trash, and we're gonna get to that in a second. The Lakers stink. There's nothing exciting about this team anymore. So I say all that to say this, and this is for the niggas that constantly hit me up. This is for the people that want this show to continue, and they want this content to go on this season. Y'all are going to have to support the show. Because like I said, I took a meeting last week. The lady wants me to get back to posting long-form content. But like I told you guys, this type of content, in reality, it's not really helping me at all. And yeah, you know, YouTube is not a live streaming platform. It's for pre-recorded content. So when y'all see me back posting, you know, 8-minute, 10-minute, 15-minute videos, that's why. It's because that's what YouTube promotes. They promote pre-recorded content. They do not promote live streams. This is why all these niggas that be live streaming, and I'm not going to say no names, you guys know who they are. This is why they have no deals on the table. This is why they're not making any money, right? They can't show any company any real analytics. You niggas are out here buying your subscribers, doing what you got to do to make it look like you got clout or whatever. You don't have any clout, gang. You don't have no clout, man. Because at the end of the day, when you are approached by legitimate companies, you got to show revenue. You got to show analytics. Nobody cares about your fake YouTube statistics, your subscriber count or whatever. No. These people want to see revenue generated. That's what they want to see. So that's why, and shout out to Simply Ball Dropping in the chat. Simply Ball Dropping will tell you, you know, live streaming, I've seen Simply Ball Dropping. He's even slowed up doing as many live streams because I think he gets it as well, man. Like, and I've said this to numerous niggas on their platforms before. If you think you're gonna come up live streaming on YouTube, you're a fool. And in all honesty, you know, the amount of work that I put in on YouTube, I should be well further, but I'm not, because I continue to live stream so much instead of just making pre-recorded content. So once again, I'm gonna say this for the final time. I'm not tripping, right? I'm good. This is for y'all, right? If y'all want this show, this Lakers, you know, content, if y'all want this, and we're gonna start it tomorrow, you gotta support the show. Simple as that. If everybody that was listening, that's here right now, put $1 in the super chat, we would be straight. Y'all niggas gotta hit that super chat immediately. Like, seriously, the season starts tomorrow. I'm letting you guys know right now. Here's what I'm gonna do tomorrow, right? I'm gonna schedule a live, right, for tomorrow after the game. I'll watch the game, and I'm gonna schedule a live. If you guys support the show, before we go live, we gotta have at least $50 in the super chats before we can even start the show. If we can do that, and if we can get more people to join the channel, become a member, and support the show, then we can keep the show going. But if not, then I'm not gonna be sitting here wasting my time live streaming, unfortunately. So, a lot of niggas, y'all have been kind of just freeloading on the content, which is crazy work because you niggas will pay for everything else, but then you come over here and you'll claim how you love my show so much. And it's funny, it's always the niggas that never supported nothing that's hitting me up. It ain't the niggas that actually donate to the channel. It's the niggas that have never supported the channel at all, right? That are hitting me up for the last 2 months begging me to go live. It's those niggas, right? It ain't the niggas that it ain't X and O. It ain't Hot and Moving. It's not them, right? I ain't never been hit up by these guys. They're supporting the show. It's the niggas that ain't never donated $1, ain't never supported the show at all. They're hitting me up at 4 a.m. I'm thinking it's a girl or something. It's some dude like, yo, bro, when you going live again? Yo, dude, get off dick, man. Go outside, bro. What's all this go live? What's with you new niggas, man? You niggas be all in my DMs, all in my mentions on Twitter, talking about go live. No, go outside. Go outside. Go to Target, gang. Straight up. No, you want me to go live. Okay, cool. I'll go live. But you're going to have to support the show. And if you're not going to support the show, then we just won't do the show. I'm not tripping either way. So it's on y'all. Like I said, I'll schedule the show tomorrow, and it's on y'all. If y'all want to support the show and do the show, then we'll do it. If not, then we're not gonna do it. And like I said, I don't care either way. Because it's not like the Lakers are like exciting for me at this point anyway. I don't really care. It is what it is. YouTube, they actually said they had a feature. Let me see. They had a feature. Community moderation. YouTube actually hit me up, and this is another thing I'm gonna do tomorrow for all you trolls. I'm gonna actually put members only on the chat. So for all you niggas like Cravo, I see your gay ass in the excuse me, I'm sorry, YouTube. I see this clown in the chat, right? He's another one, never donated, never supported, but always here and always on wood, always on meat, right? It's gonna be for niggas like y'all. Another thing we might have to do, we might have to go members only in the chat. So if you're not a member, you got to either join the channel or you got to just listen to the show, gang. It is what it is. It is what it is, man. But yeah, like I said, doing these live shows, man, it's gonna be on y'all, man. If y'all want it, cool. We can do them. But if not, that's cool too. I'm not tripping. So yeah, that's what I had to say about that, man. That's what I had to say about that. Let's get into LeBron James though, man. Let's get into LeBron real quick. I know niggas want to, talk about LeBron. Let's get into LeBron. So word came out that LeBron James is dealing with that S word. I forgot how to pronounce it. You guys know what it is. I spoke with somebody on Twitter a couple weeks ago, and they basically said it's an old nigga like thing. You start dealing with this when you get to like 40 or whatever, right? I think it's, how do you pronounce it? Was it sciatica or sciatica, whatever the case is? I don't know. You said Reg want 9 people on the show. No, we're just weeding out we're just gonna weed out niggas like you, CM. We're just gonna weed out niggas like you. We're gonna weed out all the freeloaders, gang. That's it. And if you don't want to support, like I said, that's cool. Like, I'm not tripping. I'm good. I'm good. Like, I don't care about, doing these shows. I've already told you that. So if y'all don't want to support it, then that's fine. Go. I don't know where y'all have been going the last 2 months. I don't know where y'all go to get your Laker dose. I don't know where have you guys been going? Y'all been over there at Lakers Nation? Where y'all been going? Y'all tell me. I don't know. If y'all been going to Dreamers Pro, All right, let me put this nigga in timeout. This nigga talking about some bro talk basketball. The fuck out of here, nigga. Let me put you in timeout, goofy. We'll see you in 24 hours, nigga. We'll see you tomorrow after the game. Fuck out of here. Stupid ass nigga. This stupid ass nigga talking about bro talk about basketball. Well, if you don't go sit your dumb ass down somewhere. Stupid ass nigga. So yeah, once again, I don't know where y'all have been getting your Laker content from. He said we've been depressed and he said we've been depressed and lied to by these fools. Oh, that's crazy. I haven't been keeping up with it, man. I don't care no more, I don't care about the Lakers, it's just not interesting anymore. But we could talk about it though. Okay, shout out to Jordan C. Once again, shout out to Jordan C, man, another guy that does not hit me up, I don't think he has at least. And, he supports the show, man. It's what we need, man. We need guys supporting the show, man. So shout out to Jordan C. He always supporting the show, though. I'm not talking to guys like Jordan C. Jordan C gonna pop out. He gonna hit that super chat. It's you other niggas. It's you broke ass niggas like CM, right? You dookie stain draws. You dookie stain draws niggas like CM. It's niggas like y'all. You dusties. Get out of here, dude. If you ain't got $1 to throw in the super chat, dude, go do some DoorDash, man. Straight up. Go do some DoorDash, dude. If you ain't got $1 to put in the super chat, go do a DoorDash order, right? And then come back, and then put that dollar in that super chat. It's just like that. That's real. But yeah, shout out to Jordan C. He said, aside from LeBron, there's so many other great players to enjoy watching more often than Aston and Luka. Exactly. I'm going for the Mavs this year. I like what they doing over there. I like Houston. Houston's got a good, and that's another thing too. There's so many other things we could be talking about, right? There's so many other teams now that we could be talking about. So many other things that we could be discussing. I'm not spending my days this year talking about Aston and Luka and JJ Redick, who we're gonna get to. I'm not talking about that stuff, bro. That's a waste of time. Okay, these dudes is trash. All of them. Shout out to Jordan C. We got BKNY. Shout out to BKNY, man. Yo, shout out to BKNY, man. This is my guy right here, man. BKNY. Y'all be sure to go check out BKNY Hoops, man. He came through with the $5 super chat. And he said, welcome back. I agree with you about the live streams, and that's why I cut back on doing them. Yeah, man. People don't get it, you know what I'm saying? Especially the people that, enjoy live streaming. They don't get that, it's not, necessarily beneficial. But, I started out doing them. I'm not going to completely just crap on live streaming because live streaming is how I got monetized rather quickly. So shout out to the live streams, but we gotta level up the live stream. Shout out to Heat Check with the $5 super chat. Appreciate you, man. You say you think Bron's faking an injury to see how good the Lakers are. Bro, he's definitely faking an injury. There's nothing. I don't think there's anything wrong with LeBron to where he couldn't play in tomorrow's game. But when you trade Anthony Davis away, and when you don't offer LeBron James a contract, I told y'all this over the summer. You're not gonna get a locked in LeBron. You can forget that. This season's over with. Straight up, this season's over. And I know the season's going to start tomorrow, and I know a lot of you guys might be excited to watch it. And that's fine. I'm not here to, hate on that. Go ahead, watch it. Do what you got to do. Enjoy it. But the season's over. And it's over because you're not getting a locked-in LeBron James. And if LeBron is not locked in, you're not going to win. It's just that simple. You aren't going to win if LeBron was locked in. Because the roster isn't good enough. And you guys know that. I mean, what was their preseason record? How many games did they win? They had a losing record in the preseason. So what does that mean? That means going into the regular season, you can expect more of the same. The Lakers stink. LeBron knows it. We know it here at the locker room. And it is what it is. The Lakers are trash.
They should be embarrassed. It's a joke. Lakers fans, they should be embarrassed about that. They say they are like one of the greatest franchises of the NBA. They should be embarrassed. You think Boston Celtics, Denver, the Thunder, the Bucks gonna let someone like Austin run the offense? They should be embarrassed. LeBron, they should be embarrassed.
Okay, shout out to I'm still listen. Y'all got to give me a minute, man. It's been so long since I didn't work my soundboard. I done forgot how to work my own soundboard, man. I ain't streaming in over 2 months, man. Y'all got to give me some time. I got to get back in the flow of like working my soundboard, man. But shout out to everybody that's tuned in, man. Y'all do me a favor. Like once again, I've already told you guys. You know, y'all got to support the show, man. Moving forward, if you're not gonna support the show, man, the show can't go on, man. So you got to support the show. You know, you got to hit the like button. I mean, we're at 124 likes. Shout out to everybody already liked the video. The rest of you guys ain't liked the video. I don't know what we're doing because liking the video is actually free. Like that takes nothing, you know. You just like the video, right? Like when I go to other niggas' platform and they be like the video, I like the video. You wanna know why? Because I know how it is. I'll be over there. I'm like, let me go ahead and like it. Let me go ahead and like it because I already know how it is when you sitting there telling niggas to like the video and they not liking the video. I already know how it is. Come on, man. Like what are we doing, man? We ain't did a show in 2 months and niggas is still not liking the video. That's insane to me. But like I said, we're gonna weed these niggas up out of here. We're gonna weed these niggas up out of here, man. Shout out to Simply Ball Dropping, man. Y'all be sure to go check out my guy Simply Ball Dropping, man. He said you right about the lives, not beneficial. Also, them dudes buying them subs, laughing emojis, the pre-recorded videos hit. Exactly, man. That's YouTube. You know, I've told niggas this Simply Ball Dropping a while ago. I'm like, bro, all y'all niggas be sitting here live streaming all day. Go to Twitch, dude. That's a live streaming platform. Go to Twitch. Go to Kick. You know, go to wherever they stream at. I don't know. Go to Playback, right? Go to a live stream platform. You know, you're not gonna live stream your way to 1 million subs on YouTube. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen at all. So yeah, these niggas don't get it though. I be trying to tell them. You know, like I said, the reason why I keep doing them is because, you know, y'all like it, y'all fuck with it. So I just kept it going. I keep it going for y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, if I showed y'all all the messages I've received in the last 2 months, it's got to be at least 60, 70 people that hit me up. Yo, Reg, when you coming back, man? We need a live. We need a live. We need a live. Yeah, all right. All right, bro. Cool. I don't mind. I think the shows is funny too. I be listening back and laughing myself. But we gotta support the show. Okay, shout out to Treasure with the $10 super chat. You said I appreciate the show. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Shout out to my girl Treasure. We got Heat Check. You said I don't blame him. If he is faking it though, I would want to monitor the team after not making any moves in the summer. Also, we miss your lives. Yeah, shout out to Heat Check, man. That's what he's doing, bro. That's what he's doing. Once again, the Lakers season's over. You're not getting anything out of LeBron this year. You're just not doing that. Why would LeBron give you his all and he has no job security after this season from this team? That's like a company. That's like you working a job, right? And your manager come to you and they like, yeah, you know, we're gonna fire you in like a month. No, because the season ends in April. So let's just say, your boss comes up to you, and your boss is like, yeah, in 6 months we're gonna fire you. Are you gonna be going hard at your job? Are you gonna be excited to go to work, knowing that you're gonna get fired here soon? No, you're not gonna be excited about that. You're not gonna be excited about that. And that's just normal human emotion. That's got nothing to do with LeBron, sabotaging or anything. No, nobody is going to get excited about working at a job where in 6 months they want to be through with you. No, nobody's going to be excited to do that. So LeBron, he's completely checked out. I've been checked out. I told y'all this. The Lakers stink. I've been saying it. I'm tired of doing shows, even saying it at this point. Because it's like, how many times can you say the Lakers stink? Like, how many times can you say it? How many different ways can you say the Lakers stink? Austin Reeves' ass. Rui is ass. Bronny is ass. How many times can you say JJ Redick is ass? How many times can you say it? He's ass. His ass. Where's my ass chart? I forgot about my ass chart. Yo, niggas is not doing it like me, man. I swear to God, bro. Niggas is not doing it like me, bro. You don't have an ass chart. You can't break down ass. You niggas can't do that. We was the first ones. And speaking of being the first ones, bro, I want to address this nigga. I'm not even addressing him. I just kind of want to speak on this. But this nigga Gilbert Arenas, bro. I don't know if you guys seen Gilbert Arenas. But you guys know, right, that the boy is actually being investigated by the federal government right now. Right? He's going through some legal issues. The feds have accused him of, running a gambling ring, right? So he gets arrested, and the first thing that they did on his platform was change the name from Gil's Arena to The Arena.
They should be embarrassed.
Now, I don't know if any of you guys noticed that, right? But this happened. They changed the name from Gil's Arena to The Arena. So that sparked some controversy over the last couple of days. I've been seeing the videos. Kwame Brown and everybody, Anton Daniels, they've been talking about it, and it's been a conversation about ownership in the black community and blah 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 blah. But ladies and gentlemen, what's funny to me is how niggas will say, "Oh, nobody watches you. Nobody cares about your channel. You're nobody. You're irrelevant. Blah, 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 blah." You want to know what I noticed, folks? And like I said, maybe it's just me. I don't know. I could be tweaking. But here's what I noticed, right? So I want to show you guys this. You guys see the channel name now, right? What's it called? They changed it from Gil's Arena to The Arena, right? Now, what is our show called? It's called The Locker Room, right? But even then, I'm like, nah, that's not a coincidence, right? That's just, everybody has the in front of their channel name, right? But then I looked at their logo, ladies and gentlemen, right? Now remember, they had a completely different logo. They had a completely different everything. Then I peeped the logo, and I'm like, wait a second, this logo, I feel like I've seen this logo. It looks familiar. This logo looks familiar. This logo looks familiar. Really? I mean, is it just me? Let me know, chat. Let me know. Am I tweaking or not? Why? Come on, man. Come on. Am I tweaking, chat, or am I not tweaking? What's going on here? You telling me niggas is not watching, niggas is not listening, niggas is not tapped in to what we got going on, man? Come on, man. Stop it. He said I need a side by side. All right, let me show you, man. Let me show you. I just found that to be extremely interesting. I'm like, oh, okay, wow. They changed their channel name to The Arena, and then, they changed the logo, and it looks eerily familiar. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know, chat. I don't know, but I find it intriguing, man. But you guys are right. Nobody watches me, right? I'm a nobody. We're irrelevant in this space. Come on, man. Stop it, man. Come on, man. Let's keep it. Let's be for real here, man. You niggas is fans, and that's okay. It's okay. If you want to feature, then nigga, just say that. Damn. If you want me on your show, just say that, gang. Just say that. You ain't gotta come steal my stuff. You don't gotta do that. If you want a feature, then just say that. Damn. This is crazy, bro. This is crazy, man. Shout out to Lakers Insight for the $1 super chat. Shout out to T Mac Fadeaway. We also got we got Jordan C. Shout out to Jordan C. He says the Rockets are going to be one of the top contenders because their team defense is all around great. They added KD for instant offense, and KD gives Houston everything they're missing. The Suns lost that trade. The Houston Rockets are a legitimate basketball team. I like everything that they're doing. I like everything Houston is doing. We're going to be talking about Houston a whole hell of a lot more this year. I like everything they doing. I like they coach. I like they roster. They're the player, the talent. I like everything about Houston right now, and also with Dallas, the same thing. I like everything about what I'm seeing with those two Texas teams, man. Houston and Dallas is gonna be legit this year. We got Heat Check. He said, "Did you watch the Lakers preseason games? Ayton is so bad. I didn't watch any of them, man. I seen my GOAT wasn't playing. I didn't watch any of it. I seen some clips. I don't care though. I just don't care. It's not a good team. And anybody that thinks this is going to be a good team, they don't know basketball. Have y'all seen Houston's lineup for tomorrow night? Have y'all seen their starting lineup? Seriously, have y'all seen Houston's starting lineup for tomorrow night? No, Houston is a real team. That's real. That's a real basketball team. The Lakers are a clown show. Like I said, you can't have more than one white boy in the NBA in your starting lineup. You can't have more than one. You just can't. And niggas can get offended all they want, and niggas can say I'm racist and all that, bro. You can't have more than one white boy. The Lakers got two of them in the starting lineup. Two. You're cooked. How many white boys has Houston got in their starting lineup? How many white boys Dallas got in their starting lineup? They got one. That's it. That's all you can have. Just one. Cooper Flag. Everybody else has been everybody else has black in them. Derek Lively's half black, Klay Thompson's half black, AD's black, and PJ Washington's a nigga. That's it. The most you can have is one. You can't. This is not 1985, dude. You can't. It's not the Celtics in '85, bro. You can't have two, three white boys out here running around. You niggas got Maxi Kleber, you got Aston, and then you got Fluka. You guys are done. And then you got Jake LaRavia. You're cooked. Why am I seeing all this white on my screen? It's too bright. And then you guys wonder why the NBA ratings are down. Then you guys wonder why nobody has any interest in the NBA anymore. I told y'all, the NBA is on the verge of becoming the MLB, man. Baseball used to be America's favorite sport, America's pastime. And what happened? They got overtaken by the NFL. They got overtaken by the NBA. It's to the point now that nobody even cares about baseball. That's where the NBA is headed if y'all continue to promote these crackers. And if you're white listening, I'm sorry, but it is what it is. If you keep making the whites the face of the league, if I keep seeing Nikola Jokic, if I keep seeing Luka, if I keep seeing these mulatto, yellow-boned, white boys, whatever they are, whatever you want to classify them as, if I keep seeing them, your product is going to go to shit. So Adam Silver, like I said, you've got a serious problem on your hands, bro. You got a serious problem on your hands, bro. Simple as that. Y'all better get Anthony Edwards to LA. Y'all better get Anthony Edwards to New York. Real talk. Him being in Minnesota doesn't help the league at all. We need Ant in New York. We need Ant in LA. He needs to be in a major market to save this goddamn league. Because Ant is really the only young. He's really the only YN that can fix this crap. Ant is the solution. And I get it. He's got a lot of off the court drama. He's got 4 baby mamas. He doesn't want to see his daughter till she's grown. I don't know what he's got going on off the court. But I'm talking about for this league. He needs to be in a major market. And he needs to be the face, the forefront. Ain't nobody, and I don't know no little kid walking around talking about, I want some new Lucas. I want the new Lucas shoes. I want the new Nikola Jokic shoes. Nobody's saying that crap, dude. So once again, y'all want me to tune into this bullshit tomorrow, watch this fat slob jack up 10 threes and everybody pretend like he's the second coming of Michael Jordan. Come on, man, cut the shit, dude. Y'all niggas do this every single year. And 6 months from now, you're gonna start the cycle over again. Where's my Austin Reeves cycle? Where's my Austin Reeves cycle? Give me 1 second. I told you I ain't streaming 2 years. I mean, where's my cycle at, man? You niggas doing this shit every season. Where's the cycle? I said nobody's doing it like us, man. You niggas ain't got a cycle, man. You niggas ain't got a cycle. You niggas ain't doing it like us, man. You can't. Y'all ain't breaking this thing down, man. The way we breaking this thing down. You niggas don't have an ass chart. You don't have an Austin Reeves cycle. You can't break the Lakers down the way we can, man. Stop it. So now the summer's over, folks. Right? The summer's over. And we're heading into this season. This is actually the wrong part of the cycle. Let me see. Where's the first part of the cycle? Where he has a decent regular season. Where is that part at? Yo, this is crazy. Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go, folks. This is where we're at, folks. Tomorrow we are here. We're in the decent regular season phase of the Austin Reeves cycle. Now, here's what I think is going to happen. And we'll get back to LeBron in a second. Let me touch on what I think is going to happen with Aston. Here's what's going to happen. Tomorrow, Lakers are going to play game 1. Austin Reeves will now become a focal point of the other team's defensive game plan. What's going to end up happening, and you guys can take this to the bank, it's going to be one of two things going to happen. And if Austin is smart, he's gonna do the second thing that I'm about to say. If he's smart, so the first thing that's gonna happen is is like I said, one of two things are gonna happen tomorrow while LeBron is out. Austin is either gonna he's gonna play well statistically, but the Lakers are gonna be losing games. Okay, so no, it's 3 things. It's 3 things. 3 things are going to happen. The first thing is he plays well statistically, but the Lakers are still losing games. The second thing is he plays bad statistically, and the Lakers are going to lose games. And then the third thing is he's going to get injured. Mark my words, that's what's going to happen. I guarantee it. That's what's going to happen. One of those 3 scenarios is going to happen. Now, if he is smart, which I don't know if he's this smart, but here's what I would do if I was him. If I'm Austin, I'm just gonna get hurt until LeBron comes back. I'm gonna say that again. If I'm Austin, I'm getting hurt until LeBron James comes back. Why am I doing this? Because I don't want to get exposed. It's a contract year. Yeah, it's a contract year, folks. See, if Austin was smart, he'd get injured tomorrow. He'd get injured tomorrow, and he'd sit out until his daddy came back to save him. Because that's what's been happening his whole career. His daddy. See, you guys think only Bronny is LeBron's son on this roster. No, LeBron has another son. And his name is Aston Reeves. Without LeBron, Aston wouldn't even be in the NBA. LeBron saved his career. AD saved his career. And now Luka is saving his career. AD is gone, and now LeBron James is going to miss significant time to start the season. So now the only person that can cover for his ass is Luka. And we all know Luka can't cover for his ass. Luka can't even cover his own ass. So there's going to be nobody to cover for Aston to start the season this year. So now we're going to see what he looks like without LeBron James and Anthony Davis, and now he's just out there by himself. Now we're going to see. Once again, 3 things going to happen. He's going to play well statistically, and the Lakers going to lose games. He's going to play bad statistically, and the Lakers going to lose games. Or he's going to get injured. And if he was smart, he would get injured until LeBron came back, so that way we can't just sit and analyze just how ass he truly is. Because he's really ass, if we're really keeping it a buck. He's really ass. I mean, we all saw it in the playoffs last year. The boy is ass. Nas Reed, Jaden McDaniels, Anthony Edwards, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, they took turns on this dude last year. It was embarrassing. Seriously, it was. It was embarrassing what they did to this boy. So now, like I said, we're going to see tomorrow what you look like without your daddy here to save you, because your daddy's been here your whole career. Aston's entire career, who has been right there by his side to save his ass? It's been his daddy, LeBron. LeBron's been there the entire way. LeBron's never really missed significant time. Last year, LeBron played 70 games. So now we're going to see what Aston is going to look like as a real second option. And guess what, Laker fans? You guys are going to get clapped. Let me see tomorrow's. You guys are not beating the Warriors tomorrow. You guys are about to get clapped. The Warriors are going to clap you niggas tomorrow. Who wants to bet? Who wants to bet? Do any of you niggas want to bet? What's the line for tomorrow's game? Let me see. Oh, they got Golden State minus 2.5. Oh, that's easy money. That's easy money. Yeah, Golden State's winning this game. Going away. I can guarantee you guys that. I can guarantee you guys that. Golden State's winning this game. The Lakers are starting the season just like 2022 when we had Darvin Ham as the head coach. We're going to start the year at the bottom of the conference. And it's going to be a struggle just to even make the playoffs now that LeBron James is expected to be out till mid-November. That's at least 10 games, 12 games. You're not winning games with Luka and Aston. You're not winning games. It's not enough. It's not enough, gang. Come on, gang. Let's keep it a buck. Like this team is trash. So it is what it is. Aston tomorrow he's gonna finally. I've been actually waiting for this. I've been waiting for him to finally get exposed. Well, he's been getting exposed, but I don't know, man. They just don't make excuses for him anyway. That's what they do. You know, they watch him get his cheeks clapped and then they still defend him. It's just nasty. Laker fans, I mean, I don't know what they have. They have some sort of like affinity for this dude. I don't get it. I don't get it. The dude is ass to me. He's not an NBA player. He's not an NBA player. You know, I see niggas in the chat talking about Rui. Rui's all right, man. You know, Rui's decent, but he's not a light. He can't save you. You know, he's not a game changer. He's just okay. He's decent. You know, he's okay. You know, he's butt. You know, where's my ass chart? Where's my ass chart? Yeah, Rui's just okay, man. Like Rui doesn't move the needle. None of these guys move the needle. You know, they just don't. They're all ass. But I won't disrespect Rui. Tonight at least. You know, I'll just say he's butt. Where's my ass chart? What's going on here, man? It's just crazy, bro. Where's my ass chart? Oh no, this is crazy. Where'd my ass chart go? Did I delete it? No, I'm not tripping. Where's my ass chart? Okay, here we go. Here's my ass chart. So yeah, Rui is actually, you know what? Rui's cheeks. Fuck it. Rui's cheeks, man. You know, Rui's cheeks. But fuck him. You know, he can go to like all of these. Like I said, I'm just over his whole team. Like all these guys just suck, man. They're just ass. You know, he's trash, man. The Lakers suck, man. I don't care. But back to LeBron James. You know, I don't get him, man. You know, it's getting to a point now. It's just like, what are you still doing here? You know, I mean, haven't you wasted enough time? I mean, what are we still doing here? We should have been gone at this point. You know, my bad. But yeah, back to LeBron, man. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't hit that super chat, man, put $1 in that super chat. If you haven't hit that super chat, shout out to everybody that has hit that super chat. But if you haven't hit that super chat yet, go ahead and just drop $1 in that super chat, man. Like I said, you know, we got to support the show this season, man. You know, all that, you know, just listening, not supporting. Come on, man. If you don't have $1, you know, I mean, I get it. You know, times are hard. It is, you know, we are kind of in a recession. Are we in a recession? I don't know. I think we are. Because I be seeing niggas talking about they can't find a job and it's hard out here. So, listen, if you ain't got $1, you know, like I told you, man, just go do Uber. You know, go do Uber Eats. Go get you an order and drop it off and then come back, man. It's all good. But we got to support the show, man. So if you ain't hit that, you know, super chat, man, hit that super chat. But yeah, like I said, if I'm LeBron James, though, it's like, what are we still doing here? You know, this is my question to him. I'm starting not to understand this at this point. Like, you've wasted enough time at this point, man. You need to pull a Kevin Durant. You got to pull a Kevin Durant, man, and request a trade, man. Now, you got a no trade clause, so, you know, you can determine where you want to go. But, I mean, come on, man. You see this roster. You know you're not winning with this. And they don't even want you here. So why are you here? I don't want to be nowhere I'm not wanted. Like, I'm not understanding LeBron at this point. I'm not understanding LeBron at this point. Let me get to this. Let me get to this pussy nigga real quick though. Let me get to this pussy nigga real quick. Speaking of LeBron James, I gotta address this pussy nigga. Stephen A. Smith. Okay. Now we all know, folks. This dude, he got checked. He got checked. What was it, like 7 months ago? At this point, 6-7 months ago. This was like back in March, right? This was a long time ago, man. He got checked by LeBron James for speaking on Bronny. At a Laker game. I think it was when they played the Knicks. Stephen A. was in attendance, courtside, and LeBron James rolled up and basically let this man know that, you know, you better keep Bronny name out your mouth, or I'm gonna put hands on you. Right? Basically, what he was getting at. Stephen A. Smith was extremely shocked. He was flustered. He was caught off guard. And in the moment, he did what was, you know, natural for him, and that was to cower and to stand down. Right? Stephen A. Smith is a pussy. Everybody knows this, right? It's easy to talk tough on TV or behind the computer screen or behind the camera when nobody can actually, you know, touch you and you know, get in your face. we see what you're made of when niggas run down on you. And they ran down on Stephen A. Smith, LeBron did, and he folded like a lawn chair. All right? So for the last 7 months, what he's been trying to do is he's been trying to get his masculinity back. Right? That's what the last 7 months have been. He's been going on a tour, right? Talking about this, incident, and he's been trying to get his masculinity back. The only issue is that we don't believe it. We don't believe it. We saw you when the man was in your face. You didn't have any of this energy. You didn't take your jacket off. You didn't get in his face. You didn't say nothing back. So now you want to get on podcasts and you want to talk about it and you want to say, oh, he's a coward, he's this, he's that, he's that. Bro, at this point, just let it go. You're going to have to catch a body at this point for niggas to respect you again. That's just the reality. I told y'all this a long time ago. For Stephen A. Smith to get his respect back, he going to have to pull a King Von. Straight up. He going to have to pull a King Von. He got to go full Chirac. He got to catch a body. He got to get a hat. He got to get a hat. Outside of that, it's over. We're never going to respect you as a man again. It's over, bro. It's like Nate. Y'all remember when Nate Robinson got knocked out years ago? It was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life, bro. Let me tell y'all a story, man. I was actually, this is like the middle of the pandemic, bro. I was in Philadelphia, and I was staying with my homie in Philadelphia. And I had this chick come through, right? And we were all watching the fight, right? And it was me, him, and her. Nate Robinson fights Jake Paul. We're watching the fight. Jake Paul knocks Nate Robinson out. Oh, I'm talking face on the canvas. I'm talking, he put Nate Robinson to sleep. I've never seen anything more hilarious than that. I've never seen anything more hilarious than that. That probably was the funniest thing I've ever seen. Me, this chick I'm with, and the homie, we in the living room, I'm dying laughing, right? Ladies and gentlemen, has anybody seen or heard from Nate Robinson since?
They should be embarrassed.
Has anybody seen or heard from Nate Robinson since? We haven't heard a peep from Nate Robinson. You want to know why? Because that moment was so embarrassing. He lost his masculinity in that fight. He's went into hiding, folks. We don't even know where he's at. The only way that Nate Robinson could get his respect back is he got to do what Stephen A. Smith got to do. You got to go catch a body, gang. A nigga just saw you get knocked out on TV in front of the whole world. You got to go catch a body. There's nothing else you can do other than you got to go kill someone. You got to go lay something down. Stephen A. Smith and Nate Robinson are in the same position. They got to go lay somebody down. That's the only way we're going to respect you again as a man. If a nigga holds you like this in private, that's one thing. That's one thing. If you get hold like the way Stephen A. Smith got hold in private, that's one thing, folks. Nobody saw it. You can come back from that, right? You got hold like this in public in front of the entire world. Stephen A. Smith will never forgive LeBron for what he did. He will never let this go. And that's why he's been talking about this for the last 7 months, because he knows he lost a piece of himself in that moment. He knows it. He lost a piece of himself. He lost his manhood, his masculinity. So let's listen to what this clown had to say on Melo's podcast.
Let me get to LeBron. I don't like it, not a little bit. You do not understand The links this man would go to, this dates back more than a decade, I believe. He's one way publicly, he's another way privately. You know, he might not be interviewed and he might not be quoted, but the things he says and the things he has said to people, it's gotten back to me. The things that he's tried to do, if it were up to him, I wouldn't be where I am today. It's some low. The day that he rolled up on me courtside, it was the day my contract was announced, that I had stayed with ESPN. Go back and look at the camera angles. I arrived there in the first quarter. He rolled up on me in the third quarter. This is 2025. We got technology everywhere. TNT is a nationally televised game. How is it we got one angle and the only angle you see was of him in his face, but you see the back of my peanut head? I know this, but I know a thing or two about camera angles. I determine them half the time. Yep. Do this angle, do that angle. This is my business.
I'll ask you straight up. Do you think you felt set up in that moment?
Damn right I did.
You thought he had somebody out there too?
Damn right that did.
Okay.
Damn right. That's how I feel.
Okay.
But no big deal. No problem. Because I go on the air the next day and I'm like, that's a dad reacting to his son. Happens on a Thursday. That's a Friday. That's Saturday. Richard Jefferson is doing the game in Boston. Mike is working for ESPN. And we see LeBron say to him, yo, man, when he said, as a father, I had it. So I'm thinking, oh, that's not about Bronny. That's about you. Okay, let's talk about you as a father from this perspective. Oh, he ends up getting drafted by the Los Angeles Lakers. Congratulations. No problem. Oh, he ends up being there opening night. That father-son moment with Ken Griffey and Jr. and Senior in attendance. I was there at the game. Standing up clapping. No problem. It became a problem when this brother was in the G League, and then the next day, J.J. Redick decides to bring him in the first quarter and ask him to guard Tyrese Maxey. If you could literally feel or see somebody drooling at the mouth, give me the ball. That was Tyrese Maxey. It was a nightmare. And I'm like, you can't do that to him. But you also can't do that to us. We're the media. Now you asking us not to cover the game. The last straw was not him rolling up on me on courtside. If you sat up there and said, yo, LeBron pissed off, he needs to talk to you man to man, and I was in New York, what would I do? I'd be on the next plane to LA. And then you gonna turn around and come on ESPN with Pat McAfee? You gonna come on my channel on a show that comes on after me just to dog me? Nah. And what you dogging me about? Be a man. Yo, I don't like him either. Cool. Nah, I have to protect my family. That's the narrative you playing. Yo, bro, when I tell y'all, you can't measure the level of how pissed off I have been over that. There is no level of disrespect that has ever been accorded to me in my life more so than what he did. To try to paint me as somebody who would attack somebody's family, knowing I've never done it, I can't tell you how offensive I find that.
So yeah, man. Once again, bro, this dude is still hurt, man. He's hurt, man. You know. I don't know, man. I guess I can empathize with Stephen A. Smith, though. I can. You know, I've never been hoed like that. I don't know if I've ever been just hoed in front of like just a bunch of people. I've been hoed before. So I can empathize with him in that regard. You know, niggas that have played with me in the past, you know, obviously I'm not friends with them. I'm not cool with them. So I can understand where he's coming from. But I mean, he brought it on himself. You know, he brought it on himself, man. You know, if you're going to, you know, talk shit, you know, you got to be willing to deal with whatever comes with that. Or you just should probably be quiet. You know, he's been able to talk about people for so long, and nobody's ever put pause on him. Nobody's ever gotten into his face. That was the first time that's happened to him. So he doesn't really know how to like feel about it. You know, obviously he feels disrespected, he feels belittled, he feels small. He's embarrassed.
They should be embarrassed.
Exactly, Roland. He's embarrassed. And that's okay. You know, that's okay. But yeah, man, he's just a whole ass nigga. Honestly, he's just a whole ass nigga. He should have been checked a long time ago. It's sad that it took this long, but I'm glad that it was LeBron that did it. I am. I'm glad it was LeBron because this needed to happen a long time ago. He should have been got punched in his mouth. Him and Skip Bayless, you know. Him, Skip, all these dudes that just be running around just talking crazy. Yeah, you should have been punched at some point. But it never happened. It is what it is. But like I said, I'm glad that LeBron James did it, man. I'm happy that LeBron was the one to do it. It wouldn't have felt right if it was somebody else. I'm glad my GOAT did it. LeBron fans.
Spent like 10,000, 20,000,
LeBron fans.
30,000, 40,000. How much I'm a spirit profiling?
LeBron fans.
Oh my God. Like I said, folks, y'all got to give me a minute. You know, I gotta figure out how to work my soundboard again. It's been a while. It's been like 2 months, man. But yeah, man. Fuck Stephen A. Smith, man. He's one of those coons for ESPN. You know, they pay him a pretty penny to sit up there and, you know, pander. But he's a clown, man. I don't like him at all. He's just a clown. He's a clown to me. Now, one more thing that I want to get into tonight, and we gotta get back to this Gilbert Arenas situation, and I want to get you guys' thoughts on this, because I found this to be extremely funny. So once again, back to Gilbert Arenas. Let me get Gilbert Arenas back on the screen. This dude, okay, we thought that the channel that, you know, he was doing his show on was his channel, right? Because the show was called Gil's Arena. Now, me personally, I knew that this was a show that was being produced by Underdog Fantasy. I knew this a long time ago. If you actually look on their YouTube channel, let me see if I can find it real quick. If you look on their YouTube channel, it's actually in the bio of their YouTube channel. So this is their bio. You know, it says the arena is what happens when a 3-time All-NBA player turns his basement into a studio to talk sports with other former pros on a daily basis. Underdog Fantasy presents this unfiltered look at the trending topics of the NBA and blah, blah, blah. So I've known this for a while now, that Underdog Fantasy is the one that produces this show. What we didn't know is that Gilbert Arenas doesn't fully own the show, right? We didn't know this. We found out that he doesn't own this show when he got arrested by the feds for running an illegal gambling operation out of his home, and the name of his channel quickly turned from Gil's Arena to The Arena. That's when we found out, right? So this became a topic a couple of days ago, and Kwame Brown and Anton Daniels and all these guys, they got to talking about it, and this is what happened. I want to kind of react to this a little bit and kind of talk about this for a second, because I thought this was pretty interesting.
Cell phone. I didn't know nothing about like webcam, StreamYard. I had to learn all of that because I only came to YouTube because I was beefing with him. So when I came up with the show idea of like ESPN style, because I'm learning as I go. So I had this channel. I know Matt Barnes. They got you know, all the smoke, right? But they're on Showtime, so they have infrastructure. I got the knuckleheads. They have what was it, Players Tribune, they have infrastructure. So I didn't have nothing. I just had a concept and then this channel where I had like 1,000 people on it. So I made the deal with them instead of going with a platform. So instead of going with...
Okay, let me just stop it right here real quick before we continue on. So, and this is actually a fascinating conversation because, and I put this on my Twitter when I saw this clip. I basically said that, you know, the podcast industry is essentially turning into the music business. And that's what you see here. So you guys just heard what Gilbert Arenas said, right? He says that he had 1,000 subs on his channel, and he knew absolutely nothing about, you know, YouTube and running a show and blah, 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 right? And then he says he approaches Underdog Fantasy, which is a gambling company, to produce a show with him 50-50. Folks, if this was the music business, what would you guys call that? What would we call Gilbert if this was the music business? We would say you're an industry plant. That's what we would say. How is it you go from 1,000 subs, you don't know how to produce a show, to all of a sudden you got 1 million subs and you got one of the best shows in the sector? We call that an industry plant. That's what we would call that if this was the music business. When y'all be seeing these artists pop up out of nowhere, Ice Spice or whoever, right? You think these chicks, you think Ice Spice just popped up out of nowhere? No, everything that we saw was all coordinated. It was all planned. It was all scripted for it to go that way. I remember the first video I ever saw of Ice Spice was when she did that On the Raider freestyle. How did she even get to that? How did she even get to that point? Somebody put her there. Somebody manufactured it. They said, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to put you on this. You're going to go here. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. And then before you know it, you're in the car at a red light with your window rolled down, and somebody pulls that up next to you, and they're playing, "You Thought I Was Feeling You?" That nigga munch. Nigga, he ate it for lunch. Bitch, I'm a baddie. I do what I want, like, before you know it. And you're like, wait a second. How did she even get to this point? How was the song on the radio? How? Folks, she's an industry plant. Somebody came behind the scenes, put the money up for her to get to where she got to. That's what Gilbert Arenas is, right? He's a podcast plant. He admitted it himself. He said he had 1,000 subs. Let me ask you guys a question. Do you think anybody independently, right, starting out right now, with 1,000 subs, could go to a gambling company and say, hey, I want to produce a show and I want you guys to pay for it? Do you think anybody right now that's independently doing YouTube with 1,000 subs could pull that off? No. Why would they do it for Gilbert? Because Gilbert played in the NBA and he's got what I call NIL. Name, image, and likeness. And that is his advantage, and that's any former player's advantage in this particular space. That's the advantage that Gilbert has over all of us. He's got name, he's got image, he's got likeness. People know who he is, right? So he can go to a company and say, hey, guys, I want you guys to back me on this podcast or on this show, or I want you guys to go 50-50 with me. Why? Because he's already famous, he's already known. So they'll do it. But in reality, he's a plant. He's a plant. He's a plant. And the reason why he's a plant is because he did not grow organically. That's what makes him a plant. He did not build his page organically, authentically, and because he's actually good at this. No, he was able to grow his page because he already had a name, because he played in the NBA, and he partnered with a gambling company that produced this show, put the money behind it to make it blow. That's why he's in the position that he's in right now. When you see these guys that were former players getting into this sector, folks, they're going broke. Think about it. Let me say that again. When you see former players getting into this business, they are going broke. Let's look at Shannon Sharpe, for example. Shannon Sharpe's prime, ladies and gentlemen, was in the 90s. That's when he was in his prime, making money in the NFL. Right? He made all this money. But at a certain point, folks, those checks stop coming in. But guess what? You still got a lifestyle you want to maintain. You still got houses. You still got cars you got to maintain. You still got women you want to trick off on. You still got your prostitutes and your sluts and your whores that you got to pay for. Right? So if they just stop working, if the NFL checks stop coming in, where are they getting money from? Eventually, the money's going to start to run out. They got to get back to work. Why do you think Shannon was doing Undisputed, doing First Take, doing all these shows on Nightcap and Club Shay Shay? Why do you think he's doing all this, folks? Because that NFL money was from the 90s. That's 25 years ago, 30 years ago at this point. That's 30 years ago. I'm 31. The mid-90s was 30 years ago. You think Shannon Sharpe is still spending NFL money? That NFL money is gone. That's why he's up here on Undisputed doing all these shows. Because the money is running out. It's gone. Same thing with Gilbert. Why are you doing a show? Do you see Michael Jordan running around doing podcasts, folks? Michael Jordan's rich. He's really rich, folks. Like a billionaire. You think? Let me ask you guys a question. You think LeBron James, when he's done playing basketball, you think he's going to be doing a daily podcast show on YouTube? You think LeBron's going to be doing that? LeBron does mind the game because he's tired of the coverage of the NBA. He's tired of the way people talk about the game. But even his show, Mind the Game, he does that. How many episodes do he even post of that? He don't even post like that. He might do 3, 4, 5 episodes a season. That's it. These niggas are doing a daily show every day. Why are they doing a daily show? Because they're going broke. Now, once again, is Gilbert Arenas broke? Is that the same as like regular people broke? No. His broke is different. But he was going broke. Let's just keep it a buck. And the reason why they choose this industry, the podcast space, is because they see all the money that niggas are making. They saw how much money that independent creators are making, and they're like, oh, I can do this. I can do what they doing. And I already got the name, image, and likeness. And then they come in, and then they basically kick the independent niggas out. It's kind of like in streaming, right? When you look at like the streaming world now, if you're not doing like high production streaming, you're cooked. Look at niggas like Kai Cenat. Look at niggas like Neon. Look at niggas like Speed. All of them are doing high level productions. guy is doing mafia-thons. He's got every celebrity in LA pulling up to his stream. If you're just streaming in your house now, you're cooked, dude. You're not gonna get no views. You're not gonna be able to compete with a nigga like Kai Cenat. And they're trying to turn YouTube basically into the same thing. If you're not producing a high quality show, you're gonna basically get you're gonna get kicked to the side basically by these plants, by these celebrity industry plants. They're gonna come kick everybody out the way. They're gonna come steal all of our talking points, because this is what they do. They steal our talking points. They steal, you know, our they steal really everything. Your talking points, your logo, your sound bites, everything. They're gonna steal everything you do, and they're gonna take it on their show, and then they're gonna act like they created it. They're gonna act like they made it up. That's the game, folks. You guys think I'm lying? Okay, I want one of you niggas right now to go try to be an artist. Go right now and try and be an artist. You can't compete if you ain't got no bag. You can't compete with niggas like Drake. You can't compete with niggas like Kendrick Lamar. You can't compete with SZA and Travis Scott and all these people that got major backing. They got hundreds of millions of dollars behind them. You cannot compete. That's the game now, folks. So, like I said, when y'all see the locker room get sold off, mind your business. Okay? Mind your business. Because, and like I said, I'm not hating on Gilbert Arenas for partnering with Underdog or whatever. I'm not hating on that. I understand the game. It's a part of the game. That's what you got to do. It's what you got to do. I just spoke with a lady, a company last week. She ran me some numbers. She told me what I could get for 10%, 20%, 30%, 40% of the locker room. She told me. I'm listening to the numbers. I'm like, Raggy? Yeah. Yeah. So like I said, don't blame Gilbert. I'm more than likely gonna do the same thing. I'm just saying, you know, you're not you didn't grow independent. You didn't grow organic. You didn't start from the bottom. You just didn't. Not in this space. You took your basketball money, right? You took your basketball fame and then you brought it to YouTube. Okay, cool. I'm not hating on that. Because I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna take the YouTube bag, the YouTube check, and I'm gonna go start another venture in another lane somewhere. So I'm not hating on you. I'm not hating on that. But you're in this lane, in the podcast YouTube lane. Yeah, you're a plant, dude. You're an industry plant. You are. You did not build your following organically. You just didn't. And I've been seeing him running around saying, "Oh, well, you know, I got this show and my show's number one." Blah blah. No, stop saying my show. It's not your show. Quit saying my show, Gilbert. It's not your show. If you don't own it 100%, it's y'all's show. It's you and Underdog and all them people that's working with y'all. It's y'all's show. It's not your show. Because they kicked your name off of it. Soon as you got arrested, they kicked your name off of it. That's how we know it ain't your show. If it was your show, it would still be Gil's Arena. It ain't your show, nigga. And that's cool. Like I said, I'm not hating on his business. He's doing good business at the end of the day. You know, he's doing good business. I'm not hating on it. But at the end of the day, he's a plant. So let's get back into it. Let's get back into it. Shout out to Jordan C. Came through with the $5 super chat. You said, I'm literally into songwriting, and this is a problem with these new overrated singers who ruin an original song they covered and act like it's theirs. That's a good point. I remember when LMA got mad at Jacquees when he killed her song. What was it, Trip? He killed that shit.
With a platform and you're paying me $2,000 an episode, I made a deal with the sponsor themselves because I would have been on Showtime, and then Showtime would have had Underdog as the sponsor. So I cut the middleman out and said,
Can I ask you a question?
Mhm.
Can I stop you in between just to ask you a couple questions?
Yes.
All right. So, because I went just purely based off of what you were explaining on your live stream, right?
Mhm.
When you say you needed the infrastructure, was the show already pitched? Because some people are saying that the show was pitched to Showtime or something like that,
Mhm.
and you just cut out the middleman.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. So that part, all right. So I got clarification on that. And then the other part, the other question that I have is, did you think that the show would be as big as it's going to be? And that's one of the reasons why you gave up equity into it.
No, I didn't know anything. I didn't know if it was going to be big or not.
Okay. I got you.
So,
Well, I mean, that adds, that changes it a little bit for me. Because I almost think that if you would have known, and you can correct me, if you would have known what it was going to do, then you wouldn't have gave up the equity into it.
Yeah, but it was the reason I gave up equity is because. So I used to do this in the weed. So I started in the weed game, right? I was I was the landlord. What I would do is I will have one of these growers come in, right? They build the infrastructure, they build the system, right?
Mm-hmm.
They build these elaborate systems. I let them get 2 crops in, and then I kick them out.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? I gave it all for fancy. Is anybody gonna remember me? If I go tonight, I doubt the world will change. I just pray they don't forget my name.
Yo, chat. Tell me that's not some broke nigga shit right there, bro. Come on, man. That's some broke nigga shit, gang. Did y'all just hear what this man just said? And listen, and once again, his broke is different from like our broke. But come on, gang. That's some broke shit. Bro, that's some broke shit right there, bro. Can we just keep it a buck? This is a former NBA player. Made $100 million in the NBA. And this man saying he started in the weed business. Nigga, what are you doing selling weed after you just made $100 million in the NBA? What are you doing selling weed, gang? What are you doing? What is he doing? Am I the only one that has questions? Chat. I'm telling y'all, these niggas, when they get NBA money, NFL money, they adjust their lifestyle. They go and buy NBA homes. They go and buy NBA clothes. They go and buy NBA cars. They go and trick off on NBA prostitutes. And before you know it, chat, they looking at that bank account, and that bank account going down, 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 down once the checks stop coming in. This man said he stopped getting NBA checks in 2016, chat. That's almost 10 years ago. Where is he making money at? The NBA money's done. This nigga said he started off in the weed business. Who sells weed after they just made $100 million in the NBA? I've never heard of a nigga. I've never heard of that before. Normally, when you hear about NBA players and the investments that they make, it's usually into like tech companies, Uber, apps, businesses, you know, franchises, Wendy's. I remember I seen a story about Chauncey Billups. Chauncey Billups, if y'all don't know, this nigga is rich as hell. This nigga owns hella Wendy's restaurants. You know, I know Shaq, he owns a Krispy Kreme out here in Atlanta, in the city. These niggas have legitimate investments, legitimate businesses, restaurants, franchise, things of that nature. This nigga's out here selling weed, and then you're scamming your weed grower. Did y'all not just hear what this man just said, bro? Let me play this again, so you niggas won't think I'm tripping. This nigga said he started out in the weed business, and then he would scam. He said he scammed his weed grower. Like what, nigga? You're going broke, nigga.
You know, I was the landlord, because. So I used to do this in the weed. So I started in the weed game, right? I was the landlord. What I would do is I will have one of these growers come in, right?